Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pirates of the Red Isles. I am your host, Wuten, and it's been a couple of weeks, but we're ready to get right into it. First things first, we have a broken Talking Heads reactive has decided to shit the proverbial bed. So everyone's using their Discord avatars right now. So first things first, we have Guti on the left-hand side there playing as Saphyrus.
That's how I look.
Yeah, exactly. We have the Rat Boy Chaotic playing as Aesop.
What, become rats? Yes, yes.
We have the Void playing as Hana, Cygnus, who seems to be AFK, maybe, or muted.
He's in character.
He's in character, exactly.
I was laughing too fucking hard to hit the unmute button. That's what happened. Yes, the Void with the tiniest little eye there squinting at you.
Exactly.
Yes. Hello.
Exactly. And we have Solar, the best boy, playing as Frieda.
Hello, I'm the cute and edgy one.
Yes.
The dark and mysterious, the edgy.
Yes, exactly. I believe we'll have Ebby join us here, hopefully this afternoon, but they will be playing as Fia. But to start us off here, we will slide right in to last time on Pirates of the Red Isles. Our compatriots here did a little bit of investigating on what could have happened to the Cullen Association members. They went down to the southern edge of Port Peril and went to the district of Beggarbriar. They met with a man who who appeared to have been one of the most recent patients that was treated there. He did not have much information for them, but on their way back, they encountered Fia, who was trying and failing to try and sneak around and try and make her way here. There we are, Fia, who appears to be a Wyrwood Brawler with some interesting construct-esque abilities. But
Well, as far as we are aware, in fact, a construct.
Mm-hmm.
Constructed by someone, but for what purpose, we know not.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So then, they tested Fia's capabilities. She measured up, and then they made their way back to the ship, where Fia and Nagaina, as the Bodhiswain, had measured her up properly, and Fia measured up properly. Beat the shit out of Nagaina. And it appears that whenever, Nagaina was trying to pull her punches and do non-lethal damage, it was doing nothing to Fia. So, we will slide on in here to Port Peril. There we are.
I do believe we had also found that it's very likely that whatever it is, because we have, with Hana's help, we were able to decode a message that they thought they were being hunted, and they seem to have left in a small boat. As to where from there, we don't know.
Right, yeah. It seems like wherever they've gone, you may find out someday.
Maybe.
Maybe.
There was also some absolute unit of a man.
Yes, there was also
shepherding them.
Large man shepherding them. Yes.
Yeah. Now, whether he was an enemy or a protector, we weren't able to determine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So, with that in mind, I believe it was... I think it was 17 days left until the
event.
The Free Captain's Regatta. If I
Mhm.
remember right. Yes.
And
Because-
absolutely no idea how many days until the whole world turns off for a second and then back on.
I don't know what
I
you're talking
know.
about.
I know that this was the last day that Frieda needed to upgrade our
Mhm.
sails and steering device.
Yes.
This will be unless there's anything specific for this day specifically. This is the same day that Thea came up to the ship. You will be ready to have that magically treated wheel. That
It's
will be completed.
treated sail, right? No. You're right. It is the wheel right
It's the
now.
wheel. Yep.
It is the wheel. Yeah. Doing her thing. She'll be ready tomorrow. Somebody can help her fit it, and be good to go.
All right. Well, with that, was there anything specific that you guys wanted to do today before the end of the day?
Only, well, one specific thing just before we get off to starting our next journey.
All right.
I would like to do one quick scry on Harrigan, just because I had the thought that maybe he is actually that petty that he's been waiting outside port for us this entire time.
Okay.
We can check the map.
Yeah. You could, in fact,
Remember,
check the map.
we have our tracking map.
We haven't made that yet.
I thought we did.
Nope.
I thought we've had it for a while.
It's definitely not been made yet. I remember we had the conversation and we said, yeah, we'll make that. And then everybody decided that making the magically treated sail and control device was more important. So it's not been marked at all on my sheet. If you guys, if that's what we've been doing, then we've lost 18 days.
I will say that you, if I remember right, you had been setting aside certain number of spells per day to specifically be for tracking Harrigan's ship along with your own ships.
Yeah, we have the slivers, which I think we can use independently of the map. And I think the map was just like the enchantment, the enchanted item that
yes,
Jesus Christ, that would allow us to do this without having to expend the spell slots every day.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can do it. It's just we don't have the we don't have the magic item we discussed.
Yeah. So you have been spending, if I remember right, 4 spells per day to be able to cast track ship. So
that's shared between me and Ebby's old character and our cleric aboard the ship.
Yep.
Sandra.
Sandra.
Yep. All right.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's all good. I just wanted to make sure my papers, my documents were all correct.
They are all correct. They're all correct.
It's like, where did the 18 days go?
It's all good.
What have I been doing for 18 days?
2 weeks!
But yeah, so if you've expended the spell slots for it, Harrigan
I shall.
is right over here.
Okay.
It does appear that he has, in fact, been sailing away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's important to check.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Magpie Princess seems to... can it tell which direction the Magpie Princess is moving?
It has not moved today.
Okay. I wonder how their raid is going.
I imagine you would have been watching the map each day.
Yeah.
It has not moved since yesterday. So.
Okay.
could be coming down to they could be doing scouting actions to try to find a good way to approach. Don't necessarily assume something bad's happened yet, but
they only arrived there 2 days ago, so
yeah, so and then the Calypso is still at Tidewater Rock.
They are holding for construction and defense with 2 squads.
Sounds about right.
Woo!
Here, and I'll swap over the music here. Port Peril.
Disaster in the Southern Oceans as a party barge gets annihilated by the Calypso outside.
Completely annihilated. Just absolutely butt blasted. Yeah.
Film at 11.
More at 11. All right.
Well, I do not have anything specific for the day. I would probably have sat there and did some work with Fia, but seeing as Fia is not here, what I will assume is that she got tired and is in a box resting.
In a box in your quarters, resting.
Yeah, somewhere in a corner, because she's small sized, right? So yeah, so small enough to fit in a box in the corner. And I'm just like, well, you see, she needs to rest. She can rest. We will handle more later.
Yeah.
Indeedy doodle.
All right. So, with that, was there anything else that you guys wanted to do today before turning the clock over to the next day?
I think we've done enough for today, myself, or at least I have.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, if I remember correctly, we'd run through basically every lead we had, both on the disappearance of Aesop's friends, and also the any magic items or anything that we might be able to chase down leads on.
Yeah.
We did some research and know some locations we could go to, the regattas in 17 days. I think we also planned out, I think we wanted to go, there was a town we wanted to go to, then we wanted to hit a slave plantation, then we were going to go home, then we were going to make our way to wherever the regatta was. I believe that was our plan.
That's correct. That was the lines that were on the map that I'd drawn there.
Mm-hmm.
Wuten, do we still have time with 17 days to hit all of that?
I will say that you have. Let me take a look at the map real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Each day we've traveled, and the fact we've got better sails and the wheel and stuff, I think that helps to make us faster too. So
those only help with sailing checks.
You ain't close enough.
4. 1, 2, 3.
Sailing.
You
check
can
out
reach
how fast we
Quint and Beachcomber, but then at that point, 1, 2, 3, 4. At that point, I would say return to Port Peril, because after that point, you're at like 2 to 3 days left, and going down all the way back to Tidewater Rock would be like 8 days. Because let me move you guys over to the map here. So you guys were wanting to hit these here. Let me get you let me clear out the lines here real quick. So the line, okay. So we go this way. You get 5 there because of your 10% faster. Yeah. That would get you to Quint. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days.
Yeah. So that'd be Quint. You can get to Beachcomber, I would say, the 7th day.
7 days.
Okay.
And then 8.
It would take 7 days to get back. So.
Yeah. 9.
Okay.
Which would be 14 days.
10,
Yeah.
11, 12, 13. Yeah, and you'd have about 3 days back at Port Peril before everyone sails up to the Free Captain's Regatta together.
Or rather, what that means is you have a day in Quent, a day in Beachcomber, a day in Port Peril.
Essentially, yeah.
I forget why we were going to Beachcomber.
To follow up on those leads that God, I'm blanking. Redheaded pirate.
Sandra.
No, not Sandra. Not Sandra. She's your crewmate. Port Peril. Okay, there we are. Wait, no, here we are. Yeah.
Tessa Fairwind.
Yes, thank you, Tessa Fairwind. God.
She's
so many
under
redheads.
So
many redheads in this goddamn campaign. Yeah, Tessa Fairwind. Tessa Fairwind. This would be to follow up with Tessa Fairwind with the Temple of the Hidden Name, like the temple that deals in secrets. Yeah. So
all else goes wrong if we go to Beachcomber because if we only had a day to explore that seems a bit off, right? You might need multiple days to go through a dungeon, assuming there's a dungeon there. That's my assumption. So it almost seems like it would be go to Beachcomber and then straight back to Port Peril. Unless we just stopped in Quent to sell things before we went, but we would not be staying long.
Good.
I think we have time for both.
You probably have time for both. Also,
at least check it out.
Another thing to keep in mind, you need your admission, your plunder admission, to join the regatta. You guys haven't paid that.
Yeah, we only paid the plunder. We paid the plunder to talk to the king in the first place and essentially get our free.
Application going.
We got the fact we are now free cap. Saphyrus is a free captain now. We didn't actually pay to join the regatta.
Yes, because it is 10 plunder. It is 10 plunder to join the regatta. Let me make sure that I'm right about that.
That might be why we wanted to hit the slave plantation, because we're just going to steal their... Be like that, we're just going to steal their shit. And if we really feel like it, I'm sure, the slaves could be made into plunder too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No. I know we wouldn't, but It's this Buccaneer's breastplate we have in our treasure. Interesting. Okay.
That's from taking Tidewater Rock.
I guess just nobody wanted to wear it, or we don't have anybody that can. I don't know.
We're all light armor users.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to be on the ocean if you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably one reason we all thought, maybe you don't want to wear heavy armor. Why? Well, I don't want to fall overboard in full plate. Sounds like a bad idea.
Uh-huh. Can you imagine trying to take that stuff off and not drown?
Oh boy. I think it takes... I think there's a table for how long it takes to take off.
The thing is, the Buccaneer's breastplate, you float with it, but you only float with it. You can't turn that off.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Jesus, 60 feet per 6 seconds? You'll fucking explode!
Yeah,
you fall in.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it, dive from a high place, go deep underwater, and shoot back up.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's a fucking improvised execution method.
Oh, that would actually be awful. Imagine if you gave somebody executed someone by sending them underwater with something that allowed them to breathe, but you just let the nitrogen narcosis kill them.
Jesus Christ, dude! What the fuck?
I imagine water breathing helps with that.
Well,
you know,
who knows? You could give them like a bag of holding full of air.
God, you want to play one of those games where it's like, well, you could breathe water, but I never said that you did a spell for a nitrogen narcosis. God, come on, DM. Really? Are we really playing that game? Next time you say we're gonna go to space, well, you could breathe in space, but I never said you could survive the cold vacuum.
Jesus Christ.
Motherfucker!
Bro.
A DM over here.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought it would be cool.
By the way, it takes 1d4 plus 1 minutes to take off full plate. So.
Yeah.
It could take up to 50 rounds to take that off while you're sinking in the ocean. So, you know.
Yeah, isn't that like an option you can like break out of it, but it breaks the armor? You like roll a strength check?
I don't know about that one, but...
Oh. I don't know. Okay, ignore me. I'm hallucinating. I hallucinated rules.
You ever just flex your chest muscles and just break out a full plate? No, neither have I.
No.
I don't know where I've read that then. If I have, maybe I just imagined it.
Let's see.
You've got a very active imagination.
Indeed.
Yes.
Can't learn that one from a Jedi.
All right.
Not from a Jedi.
All right. So with that in mind, you have 17 days. When you leave here, will be 16, but from there, we'll be good to go. Is there anything you guys want to do before the day ends and you guys ship off?
Before we ship off, no. For me, I have things while we're on the ocean.
Was there anything else we wanted to sell? Just this last opportunity to convert things into plunder, or...
I was looking for our plunder count because it might be if there's a if someone wants to, if that would probably be me maybe.
Plunder count is 5. You have 5 plunder so far.
Where is that on the ship sheet? I was looking
on the
for
top
it.
left, just under loyalty.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there.
Let's see what we have. Saphyrus is holding on to a ring of swimming currently. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a 5,000 gold piece diamond. Were we saving that for something?
I mean, diamonds being hard to come by and resurrection being something that we may need, I figure that was probably a worthwhile thing to hold on to.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Save the Buccaneer's breastplate to be a fucking lifesaver. Man overboard, throw the plate!
What? Boom!
Just a random ornate belt?
Yeah.
Was it magical, or was it just really ornate?
No, it was just pretty.
Ornate.
2,000 gold pieces, pretty damn.
Yeah.
Yes, 2,000 gold pieces, pretty, yes.
Damn. I mean, we could sell the belt, I guess. I don't know exactly what it'll get us.
Listen, I am down to sell the breastplate as well. If none of us can wear it, then it's just taking up inventory space.
It'll get 11 points of plunder.
Yeah. Well, and then
that handles the fucking get in by itself.
Exactly, and frankly, I think that we should probably plan to do that before we leave if we can. That just makes sense to me, just in case something happens and we can't get back here, or Harrigan decides to fuck with us or something.
Yeah.
Might as well go sell the breastplate. It seems to be the sell price as what's written down. So.
Yep. It'd be you can convert that to 11 points of plunder.
Okay.
Well, I guess whoever's going to be doing the selling in the evening, which I believe I was the one who was mainly going out and doing that. So.
Sure.
I could try to take it out and find a buyer before we leave, and I could do it as a Before we leave, I do. So maybe I spend a couple hours trying to find someone tonight and some in the morning right before we ship off.
All right.
Well, and if you do get it done tonight, then we can pay the price tag, pay the registration fee, and just get that off our plate.
That's true. We could.
Okay.
First thing in the morning.
Yep. Just as you're sailing by Lucrehold, you just
fucking throw it at him.
Yeet. All right. So Aesop,
donation box on the shore.
Aesop, go ahead. Roll me. You have profession merchant.
I do.
Go ahead. Roll that.
And since I still have her, I might as well have my cohort help me out. But question for you, Wuten. I'm sure we could work out something for her because I honestly kind of want to retrain leadership. So,
sure.
There a plan we can make for that? Okay.
Yeah, we can work out a plan for that.
If nothing else, Nilru could always end up, if we end up in Quench, she could always end up working with Anastasios for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
But since she's here, she might as well help me. So I'll have her roll an aid check. I don't think she has it, so she's just rolling with her wisdom.
Okay.
Okay, so there's an aid.
For a +2. $21 gets you a sail. You get 11 points of plunder, and then tomorrow, when you're sailing past Lucrehold, we don't necessarily have to roleplay it. You can just pay the
just add one plunder.
Yeah, you can just pay the plunder there, and you'll have, I think, 6 points of plunder as you're making your way out of Port Peril.
As long as you're out there, do you want to just do the ornate belt as well? Throw that in, and we can convert that to liquid assets.
I could allow for
that. Does that do anything particular magic-wise?
Nope, it's just pretty.
It is just a pretty belt.
Pretty belt. I sell it as a pair.
Cough, cough.
I'm like, look,
cough,
cough. Puts a best
automatic bonus progression.
Over top. She puts a very nice belt on over the breastplate, and you see they match. You see the symbol on the breastplate, you see the symbol on the belt, you will look very fine.
Indeed.
You gotta buy the set.
Yeah.
You've got to buy the set.
You must.
Do you really want to separate these two wonderful pieces?
Yeah.
But wait, there's more!
Buy now and you get the potion for free!
It will go away in 24 hours, so you better drink it quick.
I forgot to mention it was extract, not
just
potion.
4 easy installments of 19.99 gold.
All right.
0% down and 0% interest for 12 months.
So
API
I will also
finance.
allow for the selling. So I'll allow for the selling of the ornate belt, and then the ring will bump up the plunder over the rounding point to where it'd be 12.
It was 12 plunder instead of 11.
14. Yeah, so it'll be 14 plunder total.
Assuming that we were turning the ornate belt into more plunder.
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were doing that to
Okay.
to gold.
Okay. You can. I will allow for the ornate belt to go into gold, and then if you sell the ring, I'll add 1 more point of plunder.
Excellent.
Yeah. So ring and breastplate together makes a total of 12 plunder.
Yep.
Which 10 minus 10 means we added 2, meaning we should be at 7 plunder.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then the belt.
What was the ring again?
It's just a ring. Very fancy
it's just
ring.
A ring. Just a fancy ring.
I thought I had the damn ship sheet pulled up, but alas, let me fix that.
So, yeah, Saphyrus is holding on to a ring of swimming currently. We have it in the cargo in the sense of if we want to sell it, we can, but he's using it in the meantime. So
yeah, I am utilizing it because
extra swim.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right.
All right.
So
numbers updated.
Number go up. Is there any other Any other things that you're wanting to sell? Anything here? I'm not seeing anything that would be of necessary interest to sell. But now you have 2,000 liquid to with, as you please.
To add.
Wheel is +2. Sailing +2. All right.
I have a total of +6 to sailing checks.
Indeed.
Nice.
Magic is useful.
Yes, it is. Boom. All right. And then... Okay. All right. Looks like we are all set for that. Good deal. Okay. Is there anything else before we ship off? Going once. Going twice.
Gucci.
And we are off to the map of the Isles.
Shit, I needed to pee.
Oh no!
I sat there and I asked you
go off
30
the
minutes
ship.
ago.
Go off the side of the ship.
There's bathroom all around you.
You just finished that cook, yes? Well, now you have somewhere to go. We're not pulling over.
You go off the side of the ship.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll move this one here. Okay. And so, for 16 days left, move here. And then
We sail.
roll D100.
Frieda, take us out.
Nice and
Like-
quick.
With a gun or?
You don't even know what those are.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What is that
5.
word that came to my mind?
All right. Day 2. Okay.
Like I have the memories of a different person.
So strange.
Goody, make me a sailing check. Or profession sailor check, rather. As a storm hits the ship.
Is this for piloting?
This is... I'll allow it, yeah. So +6 from all of your
As if
new
it's-
shit.
I was gonna say, if this is for piloting, Frieda is our helmswoman.
Oh, well, in that case,
Yeah.
Frieda, make
That
me
would be me.
the check.
Wow, I still can't get over the intern life.
Despite the fact I just referred to her as our helmswoman.
Yes. Oh, you're good. You're good.
All right.
So it's a +6 in total,
+6 in addition to, it's your profession sailor check in addition +6.
right? +6. And would this be classified as navigating the sea?
Yes. Because you are navigating specifically a storm on
Then
the sea.
I get a +4 from Sfingly's Eye.
Oh, fuck yes.
It's I.
A 31.
Navigate
You
it
the
just
fine.
fine. You are able to proceed as normal without any issue. So
There.
that's
Now,
one,
if
two,
this point, if anyone saw you as our intern, then
Yeah.
no more.
13,
Yeah!
12. Were you wanting to go to Quint or Beachcomber first?
I think our plan was Beachcomber and then Quint, right? Because if we found if we found something and then decided to explore it, we were going to sell what we found.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
I think that was our plan. That's if we found anything, or if we had enough time and we found something, like we stumble on it, right? And we decide to explore it.
Right.
All right.
That makes
So-
sense to me.
In that case, 11 days left. And then...
So rather than getting in the middle of the actual transportation bit, once that's done, during the journey, I would have at least one thing I'd like to do. Maybe more, but at
Okay.
least one.
Okay.
So.
Well, let me go ahead then. Let me slide.
Just finish counting out however. I was gonna say just finish counting out however long it is first, and then we can handle it. So.
You'll reach Beachcomber, and you have 10 days left before the regatta. And on our way there, the siren popping back over here. Let me grab Fia's token as well. Give me a second.
She is currently, and probably has been, sleeping for a couple of days. Or maybe she's been exploring the ship. I don't know. We can roleplay all the things out that she does when Ebby gets here.
Yeah, when Ebby
or
gets
next time.
Yeah. Exactly. Pop over here. Boop. All right. Frieda, you are up here. Okay. Ba-ba. Okay. All right. Okay. Aesop, what is it you are wanting to do?
So, at some point in the day, probably a normal thing that I would do would be to invite Sandra down for some tea. We have probably been doing this once every couple of weeks or so. I'm speaking to her. I am the ship's doctor, so what I do is I do the physical checkup, but I'm wanting to know what the crew's morale and spiritual, it's how are they doing on that front, So.
All right. Well, I will go ahead then and get some handouts here for the audience, and we will get that running here. Chaotic. All right. Okay. So we'll slide off of here and get some different music here. Let's do this one. Let me hear what this one is. All right. So, as Sandra joins you for tea, Aesop, and how are you doing today, Aesop?
As of today, for now, I am fine. Fia has been very busy exploring the ship, has had very little... I have told her that another good look, a proper good look over of her would be a useful thing to do, but she is far more interested in meeting the people aboard the ship and seeing and... She is like a small child seeing a new world for the first time. It's rather refreshing.
I imagine waking up and suddenly having consciousness in a big city like Port Peril is quite a jarring change, given, compared to life on the sea.
What do you think of her so far? I have to imagine
I'm not sure yet. Her circumstances are odd, to say the least. It's not every day you find a crewmate that just came into consciousness. Usually you have more rugged, experienced people of the world join up on a rough and tumble pirate crew.
He will take a sip through the bottom of his mask. It's not every day that you run across something that should otherwise be inanimate, and yet it can speak and understands the world around it as easily as any mortal can. I have heard many a tale of base animals that do the same, but base material? And yet at the same time, it feels wrong to say it like that. It feels wrong to sit there and speak of her as if she's just wood.
Well, if there's anything that that I certainly know based on our travels, is that things are not always as they seem. And when it comes to a creature of wood having life in a magical world like this, it's awfully mundane in comparison to some of the things that we've seen.
I suppose it would not be so strange to make a comparison to creatures of the lands I once called home. I have heard many a tale of the treants that wander through the woods alongside the druids, protecting the places that they call home. It should not be so strange at all.
Mm-hmm.
How does the crew seem to be in your estimation? I have been continuing to do my checkups of them, and so far, we have been very lucky. There doesn't seem to have been much of a break of anything. The people, they're either unusually cleanly, or we've just been lucky.
Well, I think that's a testament to our ship's doctor here, making sure that everyone's well taken care of.
I will take the compliment, thank you.
I'll say that...
But how's it... Go ahead.
I'll say that compared to some of the other crews that I've been on some of the other ships that I've been on over the years, this is... Saphyrus runs things differently than what I'm used to. Usually the pirates that I have rolled with over the years have ruled through fear, but he seems to rule through freedom, making the choice of joining the crew. And that seems to have done well for him so far.
It's a different feeling for a man to choose to be somewhere rather than think he is a slave of his circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different kind of feeling, and I can imagine that it's one that can be very enticing.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of idly stirs at his tea for a second.
Mm-hmm.
What of these other ships have you been on? How long have you been at sea, if I might ask?
She'll sit back and, well, I've been learning the ropes, so to say, since I was about 12. Up until that point, I was living in Hell's Harbor. Born and raised in the Isles, and I started...
Do I know of Hell's Harbor, if I might ask?
Go ahead, roll me knowledge local.
I think that's one of those ones I don't have.
Mm-hmm. Or knowledge history.
I do not have that one either.
Damn it. Well...
Just a straight intelligence, since I've been in the Isles for some time.
Yeah, straight intelligence. You've been here in... you've been in the Isles long enough to... The Collins know how to party.
A 22.
All right. Hell's Harbor is on the northwestern edge of the Isles. It is the last city port that you will run into before reaching the kingdom of Kionen. Or the kingdom of... fuck. Goody, help.
To what?
The kingdom of... What's the kingdom?
Vera?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It is the last city. It is the last city that you will run into before reaching the waters of Vera. It is run by an Aeronax Endymion, who was once an admiral in the Navy of Vera, but nowadays is a member of the Pirate Council.
Frigate Tyrannus. Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hell's Harbor, the Devil's Own, and the Tyrannus. Yeah, he's very subtle man.
Yep. Well.
So anyways, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
She said she was raised in Hell's Harbor since 12.
Mm-hmm. And I started out as just a simple crewman on fishing ships for years on. Up until, well, you know, in Port Peril, I was press-ganged into Captain Harrigan's ship. And then I met Saphyrus and the others. We mutinied, and now we sail on our own terms.
I was with you all after your escapade onto the islands to the south.
Mm-hmm. I recall you were part of
At
that.
least
You were part of that mutiny as well.
Well, the very ending portions of it, so to speak, yes.
Mm-hmm.
When they found me stranded on the islands.
And so they rescued you as well.
I was very lucky that I had come across them instead of some others who might have just decided to take my head.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, a man of medicine on the sea is not necessarily something you can just let go or easily kill, unless you are insane or otherwise not very caring of your own life.
Right.
You'd be surprised. I imagine there are many men out there who would gladly give up their life for next to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
When would you have felt Besmara's touch, if I can ask? It's not something you seem to have brought up.
You'll see her smile kind of not quite reach her eyes at that point.
Mm-hmm.
My father was a fisherman alongside me, and he oftentimes would captain the crew of our fishing vessels. One night, I was staying at Hell's Harbor, and my father had gone out, and a storm had hit, and it was like nothing we had ever seen before. And we had all feared the worst, and I had prayed my heart to Besmara, to any of the gods that would answer me. Besmara, I heard her voice in my mind that night. She asked me to throw one of our largest catches to the sea as tribute. And when my father returned the following day, weather-beaten, half-drowned, but still alive, I knew where my life was going to take me from that point. I began to devote all my time that I could spare to the worship of Vesmara, and I even helped to set up a small chapel on the Hell Harbor docks dedicated to her.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that she was willing to sit there and help ensure that your father was able to return safely home.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be fidgeting for a little bit for a second.
Mm-hmm. What about you? Do you follow any... Are you a man of the faith?
I do believe that you have seen my my pendant. Yes, you have. I believe I have said a few times that I do at least give professions to Linnaeus, the god on the other side of the moon, the one who helps to shepherd the restless to the waiting room before they are properly judged and sent through Aeon's doors.
I imagine that the last couple of weeks have been harrowing for you.
Was there specific things within the last few weeks here?
The moon.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
The new moon is a very puzzling and unusual thing, and from what little... there's a reason I have been looking for fellow members of my order, and yet it seems most of them seem to be missing. Something about this moon is foreboding. And it is not as though I am a proper priest as such. It is not as I hear Linnaeus's whispers through the shadows or through the winds. But it both seems strange that no one seems to know much more about this moon, and at the same time... Did you feel it in the air in Port Peril? It seemed... The air seemed heavy, but everyone still seemed to be trying to live as if everything was normal. An unusual calm, almost, a nervousness. Ignore it and maybe it didn't mean anything. Maybe nobody wants it to mean anything.
Maybe. What I've found is that oftentimes when catastrophes happen, people will do what they can to treat things as normally as possible. Even when the world's falling apart all around them.
It does seem to be the case quite often, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Even many of about the only time not is if you come across a small village and should one of them be sick, the rest of them treat them as outcasts. They keep them pushed away, which I will not say is not without its good reason. One does not wish to get sick, especially if there is no way to sit there and deal with it other than to try to tough your way through. And when it boils and fevers and pustules and humors, it is not something that you wish. It's not something you wish upon yourself or anyone.
Is that something you've come across in your travels?
When I first joined with the Cullens, of course, well, I am a doctor. And the reason why I am a professor to Linnaeus, at least, is because quite often in my travels, Sometimes there is no cure but to make the patient as comfortable as they can, whilst they, and as painless as you can before they pass. And there's been at least one time where I was driven away because I was expected to be a miracle man, that I could fix the problem, and I could not. So they held me responsible.
Grief makes people do anything to try and find some sort of justification for what happened.
Grief can drive a man or woman to do some very... anything. Can drive them to do just about anything. It is, in fact, quiet for this short period of time. He seems to be very... just sitting very still.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I won't press you for... It sounded to me for a moment there that you were speaking from experience. I won't press you if you don't want to share. But I am a listening ear, if ever you do.
Would she like to make a diplomacy check?
Sure. Give me a second.
I think I have a DC in my head.
Shit, I have not
had to open her sheet.
I haven't opened her sheet since like session 2 or 3. Jesus. Okay.
She's just been happy to be in the background, man. She don't have to do much.
I think I rolled her a couple of religion checks, but I had that number in my head. Okay. She's got decent charisma. Let's see if she can pull this off. Fuck. All right.
Well, what he will say is...
Actually, make that 15 because I'm rolling her from her level 3 sheet. So I imagine she probably bumped up a couple of...
Has at least leveled up once or twice, maybe.
Yeah. So make that 15.
Okay.
If that changes anything.
No, not really. But still good to know. So, how I think I'm going to answer is almost just a very sudden change in conversation and candor, maybe. Sandra, might I ask that when Besmara whispered to you, when you were able to hear her voice, it is as if it is a different a different voice in your head, or a different person, different life, maybe. Have you ever had the whispers or voices or memories of someone else? Ever think that you wake up from a dream thinking that you were once, that it's as if you were living another life?
She's going to sit back and bring a hand to her chin. No, I don't think I have.
He's going to almost sit there again for a second. He's just like... Before what he's going to do next is he will set down his tea. And seemingly somewhat hesitantly, but also like... He's going to reach back. He's going to undo his mask, and he's going to let it fall off.
Okay. And let me grab that image here. That is this one, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
He's going to he's going to, for a second, kind of look at the floor. He seems to be breathing a little heavily before he tries his best to meet her gaze to see if she does.
Okay. Her eyes will... So, as you're reaching back to unclasp the mask, her eyes are going to widen slightly and like oh shit, is he actually going to? And then when you unclasp it and let it fall, you'll hear a quick intake of breath. She's going to uncross her legs and sit herself forward. And you will see that, you know, she is taking in... It's as if she's taking in every detail of your face. And I'll admit, I thought your hair would be darker.
He doesn't actually react to that. And will say, and I am not familiar in any way to you at all. I am watching her eyes. Is there anything, any form of a flicker of recognition or familiarity, or is it just mostly confusion?
Go ahead, Aesop. Roll me sense motive.
Sure. Seven.
Okay.
Not his strongest suit.
That's fair. She's... Okay. From...
Do I need to explain what I'm doing to you, or do you remember what I think I've generally said?
Go ahead and explain it to me, please. Yeah.
Sure, I'll throw you a DM real quick.
Yeah, I'm... This is DM stupidity because I'm juggling like 80 different things, but yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the reason why.
Okay.
Oh look, I can jump to this message right here and re-forward it to you, because I did in fact say it a few days ago.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Okay. Ah, yes. So, you know what? The low roll makes perfect sense. You don't see anything that would indicate to you what it is you're looking for.
Okay.
She is, taking in your visage. I'm sorry, no. I don't. If I've had a dream, if I've had any dreams, I don't know if I've seen your face. But she will...
Before you continue, what I'll say is that before he's able to reset his countenance, he in fact does look very crestfallen for a second before he puts his face back in order.
I will say that before he does any of that, she will actually reach forward with a hand, just hovering over his, but the amount of trust that it takes for you to do that, I do not take for granted.
His hand twitches for a moment as if he wants to turn around and hold hers, but then he merely pulls back and begins reclasping his mask. Trust, yes. And in answer to your earlier question, experience, yes. Grief can drive a man to do anything. Before he finishes reclasping it back on.
And with that, she is... Her gaze on you is under a different light, as if she has a new understanding of why you do this.
Probably after a short second there. Mask pull, sip. Yeah. Is there anything else about the crew that you feel is some things that I should keep an eye on? Any people who are causing problems? Or is everything continuing to be shipshape, do you think?
Everything seems to be shipshape. I am hesitant to trust... what's her name? One second. I personally am a bit hesitant to put my trust so quickly into Kalki Tarun, given our history, but if she proves herself...
I am sorry.
But if she proves herself useful over time, I think she'll fit right in with our crew here on the Siren.
I do believe the fellow officers have told me that she was the first mate of
cabin girl. Cabin girl.
Cabin girl. Of Harrigan's. Well, if you were not willing to sit there and at least have the chance to extend that trust to her, well, you could trust none of the other officers, since they also served under Harrigan. Whether they wished to or not.
I suppose it's a matter of giving her the chance to prove herself trustworthy, then. If she can prove herself, then she'll be just as part of the crew as any other member.
Do not sit there and judge her history, but rather give her the chance to prove herself against it.
Exactly.
Very good. sip.
Mm.
And assuming nothing else,
Yeah.
finish the tea and
Mhm.
give her a, I appreciate you taking the time for coming down. I look forward to the next time.
I look forward to it as well. And she will step up and start stepping away towards the door and pause, then turn to look at him one final time.
He is continuing to put away the teaware, the cups, and all of that.
Aesop, thank you.
Turning.
Thank you for trusting me. And with that, she will turn, open the door, and make her way out, closing it behind her.
He mostly just stands there for a second. I'm imagining the camera looking at him, but you can't see his face anymore again. Before just going back to putting away the teaware.
Mm-hmm. All right, and scene. Woo! All right. Was there any other crewmate role plays that we wanted to do here before we slide on over to Beachcomber?
I'm just curious to kind of see whatever's going on with that as a player. So.
I'd be willing to do one more now.
Sure.
Given the day after. So it could wait, but it could happen at any point at this point. So
we have our fifth party member here that just joined. Hello, Ebby. You sleep well?
I went to bed at 6 a.m.
Ah, yeah, I know how that feels.
Sis is out partying all night.
Partying in the...
Putting back the maple lagers.
Yeah. The Tim Hortons. All right.
Okay, not gonna lie, I really see why they like Tim Hortons so much.
Yeah?
Yeah, some damn good coffee.
Hell yeah. Good shit, good shit.
And way cheaper than Starbucks.
Definitely a nice benefit there. Well, with that, then, Ebby, is there any roleplay that you would like to do as Fia on our trip up to Beachcomber? I believe this is your first time ever on a big ship like this.
If it helped you, we described her to, at least for now, having just been familiarizing herself with ship and crew until you got here. So, but whatever you want to do. That's just what we said you've been doing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You just started, right? Or did you start an hour ago?
We started about hour ago, roughly. Just general roleplay stuff, really.
Fuck.
Roleplay, housekeeping, and departure from Port Peril.
We sold a couple of items to get the plunder to go ahead and pay to enter the regatta, so we don't have to worry about gathering plunder for the regatta. And otherwise, we have we checked out our flight plan, our ship plan.
Yep.
We're going to head to Beachcomber to follow up on Tessa Fairwind's thoughts on a possible, essentially, adventuring location. Then we were going to head to Quent, and then we were going to head back to Port Peril to be ready for the regatta. That is the current everything that has happened.
Gotcha. Damn, sorry for the lateness.
No, you're good. You're good.
No sweat at home.
It's all good.
Okay. I think, overall she would be probably exploring the ship, mostly trying to get acquainted with how they work. I imagine she knows what a ship is, but probably not the whole... Is that a crab?
Where?
Yeah, it's a rock crab. It's a pet rock crab.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
That is old Kentucky rock crab, and he has been there.
Probably trying to like familiarize herself with the mechanical, not mechanical, but like functional aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
If allowed, probably she will have like a little piece of parchment and just be like trying to sketch out like a blueprint of the ship.
Okay.
Aesop is more than willing to hand you ink and quill.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And from then she might be interested on reaching Aesop. Just kind of like when she finishes doing her blueprint, just gonna like come in and tug into his cloak.
So this will probably have been in the days before that specific roleplay.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. This would be like right after, like maybe a couple of days after shipping off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And at least at the moment, we had just kind of been like, we found a box for you in the corner. You can sit in if you need the rest. So,
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that very much.
So you come down to his research laboratory, his beakers, and I think they were the ambulae or something. I'm trying to remember exactly all the terminology. They're all bubbling away, certain flames set to different heights for the boiling points as he boils various reagents out of their mixtures. And as you tug at his coat, he will go ahead and turn around. Ah, Fee, how have you been settling in with the ship?
I am finished drawing some blueprints for the ship that we may require for later.
Blueprints of the ship, you say?
She's gonna hand him all of the parchment she sketched out with all the detail of the rooms, the measurements.
Go ahead, Ebby. Roll me knowledge engineering.
I think she does have that.
She should have that. I think.
Yes, she has engineering.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see how good these look.
Plus 12.
Engineer.
Pristine.
Engineer.
Pristine.
Put dispenser here.
If you nat 1'd, you would have to draw it in MS Paint right now. You have 2.
MS Paint right now with no tablet. No tablet. You have to use the mouse. But yeah, your sketches are pristine. Aesop, these are probably the most detailed schematics of a ship that you've probably come across.
So I sit down at one of the small desks that I have access to and spread it out across to take a look at it. Oh. You have quite some minds for measurements and distances, no?
She's gonna pull out her larger arm. Easier to do when you have a frame of reference for what a foot or what a meter is.
Oh. What few engineered thing types I've met do actually tend to use their own bodies as a measuring lengths as well.
You mentioned that you could figure out what this are. She's gonna, just move her shawl a little bit to show the the marks on her shoulder.
Oh yeah, the sun and the moon symbols.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do remember saying that you might require a checkup of some kind, but I was not going to force it on you until you were ready to do so. Is that something you're looking for now? I do believe I have a few checkups this evening. I have a few of these things I'm making, but it should more than easily be able to sit there and make the time for it.
She's gonna nod. Do you require to disassemble?
Can you be disassembled?
Can I, Wuten?
You can.
I wouldn't think so.
You can detach the arm, like the constructed disattach, like, you can pop off the arm at the elbow joint, but otherwise you are, you cannot take yourself apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would cease the function, but if you're required to do so, you could.
I do not think that should be necessary, no. If I must make comparison, I do not disassemble any of my other patients. So, we should not have to do the same to you.
I believe that is the vivisectionists.
I knew somebody whose job was that.
I knew a guy a couple of weeks back.
He was right at that one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Somewhere far in the ocean, you hear a sneeze.
Spins around, and then looks back.
Be quiet!
So, assuming that the other checkups, I'm just fluffing that there's others to do. If there's a check you'd like me to do, and I look Fia over.
Go ahead, make the heal check.
Okay. So a heal check. I also have craft alchemy. I also have knowledge arcana. If any of those you feel like would also get me additional information.
What are you trying to figure out specifically?
Well, she asked about the sun and the moon on her shoulders.
Okay.
I'm also, and if I'm looking her over, I'm not necessarily looking over a living creature. So I'm just kind of like, I'm probably checking for ailments. I'm trying to see if there just seems like there's anything wrong with her specifically. I'm gonna double check.
Go ahead, then.
Right here. So, I'm going to mix up to help with this.
Okay.
I am going to mix up I actually already have it on my prepared list, so luckily that's not that big of a deal. So when I'm checking her over, I'm going to take my extract of Arcane Sight.
Ooh, okay. Arcane.
So it's a 3rd level Alchemist's thing. It lets my eyes glow blue, allows me to see magical auras. It's similar to Detect Magic, but doesn't require concentration and discerns auras and power more quickly.
Interesting, okay.
So it's a powered up Detect Magic.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I have to imagine that she's more in Aesop's head, the way it goes is this: living creatures are of positive energy. Undead creatures are of negative energy. To him, a construct of like this would be of more arcane energy, or the neutral energy. So he thinks it might help. Whether it does or not, we'll find out.
Well, let's go ahead then. Give me just 1 second.
And I guess also a sorry, not sorry, but today is turning into an Aesop day, so...
Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. It's all good. It's all story
Every
things.
main character has their episodes.
Yes. Every character has their episode.
It's just
what
when their
say,
backstory it's just when their big long backstory gets revealed, that's the death flag.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Which is why I still haven't fully yet, because that means I can't die yet.
Exactly.
Bingo.
But unfortunately, Sandra just revealed some of hers.
Oh no.
But anyway, with Arcane Sight, notably, you will see that...
And then whatever checks you want me to make.
Yep. So, she... I don't... let's see. You said that living creatures give off an aura of positive and undead an aura of negative, correct?
Not even auras, but it's more that the energy that makes up their quote-unquote life force.
Okay. And that's something that Arcane Sight gives you?
No, that was just me giving a fluff reason as to why he's doing it.
Okay. Well...
he doesn't know if she reads as magical or not. I don't think he's ever dealt with a constructed creature of any kind. He doesn't know if they give off an energy, if they're like just really advanced magic items.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, what I will say is there are a couple of things that give off a magical signature. One is there's just a light arcane, or just like a light arcane aura around her, but it's concentrated mostly in the constructed limb, and that has a almost like a reddish orange aura. If you'd like to focus on it.
Sure. And in addition, I'll also take an extract of Identify to give me +10 on my identification checks.
Oh, well,
checks.
in that case, go ahead then. Make yourself a spellcraft check.
Okay. Whoops.
We've all done it. It. All right, 36.
36.
Her constructed limb has the menacing weapon ability. So menacing, it gives a
flanking increase.
The flanking increase. Yep. So whenever she is flanking with an ally, you get bonuses for that. And there is one other that seems to be glowing from Ebby. I'm gonna message you something.
Okay.
And just tell me where that glow is coming from. You can just say it.
Oh, because they all have one, right? Probably her head.
From her head?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Aesop, there is also another glow that is red, like a deep red, emanating from inside her head.
Am I able to spellcraft that as well?
Go right ahead.
45 with a nat 20.
Oh my god.
I am very, very interested in this strange little creature.
All right.
Very interested in bringing her aboard. I am studying the absolute shit out of her since she will let me do so.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Damn.
I guess I've got to message another person here.
Uh-oh. Did I break something? Did I break
No,
early?
You're good. You're good.
Wah.
You're messaging the little person inside the
I'm
head that's
messaging
running
the
in inside.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm actually a fairy. Ah!
I need to make sure that this DC actually works here and what you would find out from that.
15 plus the item's caster level to identify the properties of a magic item. And when you identify an item, it's
As
far as I'm aware, it's you learn all the properties and if there's any command words.
I don't know. Okay, so for this,
that's if you want it to
it's a weird,
be identified. So.
It's a weird thing because it's
Hey,
you're
Will,
not technically looking at it.
You want to slide into another channel real quick?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Sure.
Okay.
Be careful, the crowd is still going to hear everything.
Yes, the crowd is still going to hear this. I'm going to mute myself real quick. All right.
Levels of plunder.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. So we're going to, real quick, Solar, that's actually a great idea. We're going to do a quick pee break. And while we're on the pee break, me and Guti are going to discuss this. And we will be right back. So we will be back in just a moment.
Everything.
Go pee. Go pee.
What are you?
And we are back. So, popping right back in with Chaotic and Fia. Chaotic, Aesop with that 45 spellcraft. Let's see. So you had a slight reddish orange aura, yeah. Just a faint aura coming from her arm, the construct arm, but a strong aura coming from her something in her head.
Either 7th or 9th level spell level or a caster level of 12 through 20. Okay. So as I did my best without necessarily disassembling her, but perhaps, picking up the back of her hair, looking around various aspects of her skull, looking at the shape of the aura itself, where the emanation is coming from.
Mm-hmm. It seems to be coming right from where... Oh, excuse me. Aesop, are you familiar with the sectors of the brain?
So that's gonna more come down to how advanced do we think medical technology is?
How advanced is medical technology here in Algerian, guys?
Well,
I still believe in miasma theory.
Progress it a lot.
Yeah.
I believe in miasma and the humors, if that says anything. So. But yes, there's magic too.
Okay.
I imagine if there are vivisectionists amongst the alchemists, we would know the various parts of the body. That doesn't mean we know what the brain does. We probably know the brain thinks, but we don't. It's not like we know what the hypothalamus is, or we know what you don't know any of that.
Well, funnily enough, I was just about to say, this emanations with a 45. I will let you know that this emanation seems to be coming right from where you would estimate the thalamus to be in the brain.
Okay.
And
anything else I can learn about it, or is it more of a I would have to dissect?
With detect magic, you do get the type of it. So it is a strong conjuration. Strong conjuration summoning spell or magic.
Summoning, calling.
Conjuration. Does not specify.
Okay, so just of the conjuration school. That's more than enough.
Of the conjuration, yeah. Strong conjuration aura.
Okay. Nothing else beyond that?
Not that you can detect without disassembling her.
Gotcha. Beyond that, I'll also just do a normal check over of the rest of her, whichever item I need to do. If it's just a heal check, I'll just do a heal check.
I'll go with what you've got already.
Okay.
Notably, she appears to not be fully construct. She does appear to have some
essentially living components, almost like a plant.
Yes, almost like a plant. Closer to organic beings than constructs. So, she is a construct with the living machine subtype.
Okay.
Notably, mechanically speaking, this means that when she hits 0 hit points, she does not get destroyed. She becomes unconscious and stable, just like any other living creature.
Okay.
And she can be raised or resurrected when destroyed. But, you know.
Curious, very curious. You are certainly a very strange little one.
What is curious?
Well, beyond everything else, as far as I can tell, you seem to be in good working order. But curious in that you are not just entirely a being of arcane origin. Not just... It's almost as if some parts of you seem to have been grown rather than built. And there is some portion of you, a deep, powerful magic within your skull.
I see. Do you wish to take a closer look at it?
I will not be disassembling my patience, no. But still, it is... to me, it seems to be just more proof. I think... You see, when we first found you, I thought perhaps you were some sort of advanced... a puppet or a doll. I don't think that is necessary. All of this seems to show to me, I think that I should not be thinking of you that way. I do hope that is not offensive in any way. No?
Not at all.
Good. For it is not my intent. However, the most important things that I think I can tell you today, you seem to be in good working order with no problems. However, in regards to the sun and moon on your shoulders, beyond the religious connotations, there does not seem to be any specific magical reason why they are there. I imagine that it must have something to do with your creator. I believe it could either mean something to them of a religious significance, or perhaps it is a maker's mark, even, though it is not one I am familiar with.
Understood. Regardless, I appreciate the closer look and your consideration for me as a person.
Of course.
Gonna stand up. That said, in my sketching of the blueprints for the ship, I couldn't fail to notice that some of it needs some in-depth cleaning. I will see myself to it.
I will not object. A cleaner ship means a healthier ship.
She's gonna go look for a scrub some water,
a broom and dustpan.
Yeah,
a sponge.
Yep, and she's gonna fulfill her maid duties.
That's right. That is what she was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or at least the way she described herself to be.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. There we
Seems
go.
what she's made for.
And if nobody stops her, she is gonna scrub the deck up and down until it's clean.
I mean, I'm down here the rest of the day. You do what you want.
Clean the inner ship before going up top deck.
Yep. She's gonna clean the crab.
Would you like to handle animal to clean the crab?
Break some barnacles off it.
You can't.
Yes.
Because it's because it's a trained skill. You can't.
I can try to appease it while I scrub it.
Just a straight charisma check. To be
just
amazing.
A straight charisma check.
Perfect.
Let's see your charisma. Let's see it.
Oh.
The crab does not allow you to clean it.
Snaps menacingly with a claw that is the same size as you.
Yes.
She'll be back.
One day you will
One day.
cave.
One day you will be cleaned.
As it just sits in bilge water.
Exactly.
It takes care of the rats for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feeds on the rats.
When do you got the crab?
I forget exactly when the crab came in. I just remember that
Oh,
it was.
we got the crab.
The Sahagan's place.
Yeah, the Sahagins. Yeah.
I think Kai managed to convince it to come along with us.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember if it was. Well, let me see. Ishiga, yeah. Yeah, the rock crab.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, I do remember. That's like actual fucking rock.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a rock crab. I think it was on one of the islands, actually.
There was an island where we had to sneak past a bunch of crabs, and we were trying not to disturb them.
Yeah. I don't know if that was the
we got
one,
from
though.
We got the crab from Mancatcher Cove.
Mancatcher Cove. Did we?
Yeah, no, it was because we were down in the in like the Sagan.
Right.
The
Yeah. There was
some Sahagan parts.
Yeah.
Ryuuko had chopped up.
Mm-hmm. That was what that was. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
And got a 27 for my profession main.
Excellent. You did a good job cleaning the ship. All right.
Mm.
So, is there any other that people wanted to do? I know that Aesop has one other thing, but if anyone else would like to jump in.
I think I'm okay.
All right.
Xeris is probably just making sure everything's in working order because we're on a kind of got ourselves a multi-pronged schedule. Make sure that we're staying up to snuff.
Yeah, I think most of my time's going to be spent planning with Saphyrus.
Okay.
Frieda's not got anything that needs to happen right now, and she's probably busy making sure the ship keeps to that schedule.
Good deal. Okay. Well,
scrub.
Well, in that case, then, Aesop, you had one other thing that you wanted to try, right?
So I will end up probably the day before we end up getting to
Beachcomber?
our destination, Beachcomber. Yeah. I will end up knocking on the captain's doors.
Ooh, okay. Coming up out of the...
out of my cave.
Out of the cave. Look who's finally come out of their cave to join us.
I'm going back into the cave.
All right. So, Saphyrus. And I assume Hana as well for this?
They are the captains, so yes.
Okay. So I'll pop them over here as well. We need to... At some point, I need to fill out the ship with actual, like, ship decor, because it's been empty since we got it, basically.
Yeah. Sit there and put our goods in our plunder, go put all the... everybody's bunks and their sling, whatever you fucking call those things. Hammocks, there you go.
Hammocks, yeah. All right. So Aesop, Saphyrus, Hana. Aesop, was there anyone else you would like to have in here?
No.
All right.
So I have knocked at the door and I am waiting patiently.
Whoop, whoop. Aesop, what can we do for you, good sir?
Captain, I was curious whether you and Captain Hana would be able to make some time for a proposal of sorts. I'm sure you are busy at the moment. Whenever you would be available, whether your cabin or my study downstairs.
Oh, no, certainly. Please come in. We're just coordinating our efforts for our upcoming routes and the like, and various plans for the regatta. Please come in.
Thank you. He will step inside to the mast. Here we go. That works. What does your guys' cabin look like right now?
I would say, well, the table's probably covered in various charts and maps and just little model pins or whatever showing like destination points and the like.
Got your sextant out, you got your compass out, you're measuring the distance between the moon and the sun.
I heard something different for a moment until you said compass.
No, we're just have a lot of lot of navigation tools at the ready, and just
you got your telescope looking out the back window.
Yeah.
Yep.
From your vantage, you may see that it is trained on where you imagine the second moon would be.
Where, at the moment, as it's passing by each night. Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
He'll
eyeball in it.
Yeah, it's fair. So, Hana, it is spoken to you in a few days. How is everything?
You can see that she looks a little bloodshot. You get the impression that she's been staying up late into the night trying to plan out routes and wargame things, and before she answers, she gives you a wide, wide yawn. Well, I think we're getting just about to the point where we're ready to face whatever this regatta has in store for us. How about yourself? How's our newest passenger settling in?
Fia is a very strange little creature, she is. She asked me to sit there and give her a proper check over, just as I would anybody else, and, well, you might be surprised to hear, but it's, So, at first impression, would have brought her out to be a construct of sorts. A awakened doll or puppet of some sort, yes? Mm-hmm. But upon closer inspection, it is almost as if parts of her were grown and not built. I imagine if you were to actually cut into her properly, she might bleed sap. She almost seems to be as much a plant, grown plant as much as a built doll. It's fascinating, truly.
Well, that's... Must admit it's all still a little beyond me, but...
Well, I might say a little beyond me too, but not very on that front. Another thing to add to my list of items to do research on whenever I find the time and places to do so.
Well, you'll have at least a few days at sea after and between all these different bits and bobs that we're trying to do before the trip.
Ah, yes. So many things, so little time, so much ambition, and not enough time in the day to feel it.
She looks at you with mild suspicion. I get the impression that has something to do with what you're here to see us about.
There is no hiding anything from you, is there? Yes, there may be a measure of ambition of sorts. It is a proposal I wish to bring to you now. So, Wuten, is there a chance you could... I had the music that I had sent you. Did you download it? Will we be able to play that for this section?
Jesus, this really is the Aesop session, isn't it?
Let's see it.
Yeah, it is.
Let me see here.
Might as well get them done now, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he got a lot of revelations lately. He's just getting all his ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Are you planning the death flags? Or?
No.
No.
It's a trick, everyone. He's gotten bored of Aesop and he wants to bring in a new character.
What?
Oh, no. I certainly hope not.
No, please, anything's but that.
No. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I downloaded it, but I didn't add it to the game. Give me just 1 second.
No worries.
Yeah, I've just gotta pop that off here. Manage audio tracks. And get that uploaded.
I don't think it sounds too many.
Thank you, 1 gigabyte fiber for high upload speeds.
Ayo.
Ayo.
I don't think it should sound too menacing. I mean,
No, it shouldn't
unfortunately.
Shouldn't be. There we go. Add to game. And let's get that running. Boop. All right. Proceed.
So he's going to take a seat at the table. He's going to sit down and he's going to fold his hands. It is not me trying to just sit there and explode your egos as such. But being aboard this ship, being alongside all of you as crew, has been quite the experience. And I think a great opportunity for the reason why I came out into the ocean in the first place. Sitting there and building up Tidewater Rock, building a mercantile empire brings with it funds, and funds is something that I may be looking for. Funds and knowledge. The other reason why I look for my fellows across the sea. This, I think, is something I explain not as Aesop, I think. He says, and he will once again reach behind himself to unclasp his mask.
Ah, yes. Let me go ahead and share player, and player. And also face. There we are.
Sure. And he'll end up taking off his mask and setting it on the table in front of him. As always, whenever he's done this, it's with a certain level of hesitancy. Takes him a moment to sort of build up the courage to pull it off. So,
yeah.
Saphyrus, you have seen his face once before. Hana, I don't think you have.
She has not, and she cannot stop herself from recoiling slightly before recovering her mien.
Saphyrus, having seen it before, he understands the direness of doing such a thing. So you can see him kind of one part tense. His face turns to one of like, you know, a little bit more tense, but more of ready to face determination. Because this feels like whatever you're about to say, it sounds like it's going to be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. Yeah.
I am sure that I have introduced myself at least to you before, Saphyrus, but it is always worth to do so again. My name is Raphael, and it is nice to meet you once again. If there is no response, he will continue.
He just gives a very slow nod because, again, recognizing the importance of him removing the mask. Just...
And if Hana does not as well, he will continue.
No, she's waiting for the other shoe to drop here. You notice that she seems much more, I suppose, alert. I mean, she was tired before, but, you know, somewhat relaxed. Now she is
all
waiting
ears
for the emergency.
The reason why I originally ended up coming out to sea is not merely as a doctor, so to speak. Yes, I am a doctor, a traveling doctor. I take care of patients wherever I go. I gather my pay, I use that pay to buy reagents, I use it to buy herbs, medicines, tinctures of all kinds. To care for patients and cure if possible, if not to give them their rest. But the world is a large place, and a place full of knowledge of any kind. The kinds ancient that you find by only delving into the deepest depths of ancient tombs, temples, and dungeons. Some that you find by working with colleagues that are doing their research in other parts of the world. One of the reasons why I look for my fellows that work across the sea and across the islands. And why I felt it may be time both to, I guess you could say, reveal the reason. Because I hope to garner your support in doing so. After all, sometimes the things one needs in order to do their research can be quite expensive. It's not, of course, that I am not going to give back, as I will continue to do so. I search for... Have you ever heard the names? The Miracle Stone, the Red Tincture, the Prima Materia, the Philosopher's Stone. Are any of these names familiar to either of you?
Well, yes, the stories, myths and legends.
Yes, I've heard the same. Just mostly akin to fairy tales and the like. And that's usually associated with, you know, the token tales of cautionary tales of being a good person and such.
Yes, lead to gold, immortality, life eternal, but always with some sort of... But always with a price, and a price that most seekers don't find themselves ultimately able to pay, no matter how excited about the prospect they may be. What exactly is it that you think you found, or are on the trail of?
The Philosopher's Stone. The turning of transmutation of base metal into more noble metals. The magic to heal wounds, to cure disease. To bring back the dead, whether long lost or not. Yes, that is what I look for. That is what I researched to make. I look to find anything to make this stone a reality. And so, the proposal I wish to bring to you, to help me find, to help me with this research, to find such a thing. Whether perhaps you might be looking more for the having of your name on the most wondrous discovery in history, or just for the kinds of goods that it would do for so many around the world to have found. What I ask for is your support in finding this. Of course, it is not as though I am going to, it's asking for funding and be like, oh no, this would be the first and foremost thing. After all, perhaps it really is a fairy tale and not a true thing at all. But you don't know unless you look, yes? What I ask is that I might have access to additional funding from this mercantile empire, this life of a pirate on the seas, some extra bits here and there to aid in my research, just as we did with what we have plundered and bought the license to enter the Port Peril library. I imagine it should only be similar to that. It is not as though it is I ask for hundreds of thousands of golds only to give you nothing in return.
He folds his hands together and rests his chin on them, kind of looking off into the middle distance. Just not. There's a certain amount of intrigue on his face, but it's mixed with kind of like you can tell that while it is one part intrigue, it's also one part, where the fuck would we start with something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is
Hana's kind of looking at you with
he is licking his teeth slowly behind his lips, sort of thing, so just watching both of you.
Saphyrus, Hana is looking at you with roughly the same expression.
He will purse his lips, and then, while still looking away, he'll say, he'll start to kind of feel out the words as he kind of feels for his phrasing. He says, for something of such legendary and, would the tales be true, of such legendary measure as it is, what, may I ask, if this were to be a venture, what, may I ask, would you intend to use it for? Because certainly something this powerful would have its uses, yes. But I like to think I've come to know you well enough, Raphael. And that being the case, you, he says as he points a finger, you are a man who has keen, laser-focused vision. And with something of this magnitude, with such an ask, I would know your designs with it. There is definitely more intrigue on his face now, because the creation of this sort of thing is way out of his purview, but he is genuinely just with what he's describing is like with the weight of these cautionary tales he asks you is how he's setting this to you.
That's fair. And his response is going to be that he's going to bring a hand up to his face, and he's stroking over his scarred skin. There are many who have suffered who did not need to. There are many more who will suffer that can be prevented. And there are those that were gone before their time that perhaps could be given that time again. Would you like to make a sense motive?
Have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Who did you lose?
I will not let you not make a sense motive check. Oh yeah, Saphyrus, it's totally fine. Totally fine.
No,
I was gonna say a totally normal ask. Normal ask.
I'll make my bluff. I'll make my bluff check. Don't worry, I'll make my bluff check. I was just waiting for the senses. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ooh. All right.
With his 8, he's got a very just general thought of like.
I think with those rolls, rather than me saying you don't get anything, it's just I just won't say any more.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you catered to Saphyrus's pathos, so.
Hana being Hana is infinitely more suspicious.
Yeah, again, it's just I won't say any more, but you can ask or do, obviously whatever you want. I won't tell you what you can and can't do, so.
Well, that's good. Because I wouldn't listen if you did.
Who's the captain here?
Well, no, look, there's just a lot of just uncertainty on his face.
Oh, yeah,
because
justifiably
just,
so.
Yeah.
Hana, for her part, looks like she's prepared to reach out to your clasped hands here, Aesop, but stops herself. Listen, as someone who has faced loss, and we have spoken about that at length, I understand precisely where it is you're coming from. But I suppose I find myself questioning why this, as opposed to something more concrete. Why a fairy tale, as opposed to any one of the endless number of curatives or disease remedies or methods for improving magical resurrection? Why pin your hopes on this one thing?
I do the research because I look to find this. It is not as though I am not a religious man. It is not as though I do not know that the gods have such power to bring back the dead. But why doesn't man have the power to do so?
Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Love that shit.
It is as simple as, rather than having to reach out to a greater being, that I can merely ask, which of course I have never had the capacity for, rather than trying to pull on arcane magics, of which, again, has never been something I have had the acclamation for. I search for the ways that I can. The ways that any could, should the knowledge be found. The ways that anyone would have access to, not just the priests and not just the wizards. Of course, alongside looking for such a stone, it is not as if I have not continued to sit there and do my research on herbs, on tincture, on potion. Because, of course, those all bring you that one step closer to the ultimate curative. You need not know what your patient has, if all you must do is hold the stone to their head and they are cured. Whether of madness of the head, whether of sickness of body, whether madness of soul, to make them whole, without having to ask another's grace. That is why I look for such a thing. And I will say, as well, to you, it is a fairy tale. Behind the many walls of many of the Cullen's places of sanctuary, it is not just a fairy tale.
All right. I'm going to go again and see exactly how much truth there is to that statement.
Likewise. Just
do it. Play God, Aesop. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, I'm trying to think what exactly I should say in regards to anything. I will say that nothing that he said was a lie. He does, in fact, intend to search for this stone so that he could have... We could have the power. He could have the power.
Oh,
Man makes his own destiny.
To be able to fix people regardless of what, to bring back the dead, to do all the things that is said the stone can do. So he is not lying when he says that that's what he's those are reasons why he's looking for it. But I'll say the we versus he, yes. He does in fact want it. It's not just a for all of us, it's a he wants it.
Mm-hmm.
So
simultaneously, he's not exactly being like coy about that part. No. He knows like what he kind of gives the impression that he knows how it could be most effectively used to help people.
He
and
is
in terms
a healer.
Of helping people, he's not lying about the helping people part either.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So. He is a doctor first and foremost.
Let's entertain the possibility that this thing could be made or does exist for a moment. What you're suggesting is not giving all men and women the power to set their own roads, to make themselves safe, make themselves whole. It would be elevating some men to stand beside the gods. Because there will never come a time where, through either availability of materials or refinement of process, that this is available to everyone at once. You'd simply be creating a new caste of immortals to lord over the common folk. Why should we be party to that?
It is not as though it would not be a painless process. It is not as though it would be something that does not require time, effort, material, and resource to produce. But at the same time, I suppose, if one wants mere immortality, one can find a multitude of evil spirits and gods that would be more than willing to do so as long as they do what they are told. And of course, it is not as though I would want an evil man to fall into such knowledge, but at the same time, knowledge is one of those things that does not remain hidden forever. The fact that you see the Philosopher's Stone as a fairy tale shows that the knowledge of it at least exists beyond the walls of the Cullen. Knowledge, given time, does disseminate. And I suppose eventually those of evil intent, those who are parasites, those who wish to just live forever, could. But then they can already do that. Should they be willing to sacrifice what they need to get it? Let's just say I am not willing to do such an evil sacrifice to bring forth something good. I would rather do it the right way.
Do you suppose that knowledge is dangerous, or is it the wielder who is dangerous?
And if at the end of your investigation you were to find that this stone or material or whatever it is requires evil acts, like becoming a lich or sacrificing youth or, killing entire nations to fuel it. Yeah? Would you be willing to put
Killing
that
the entire
aside?
nation of Xerxes. I'm sorry.
Would you be willing to put that aside? Would you be willing to destroy what you've found to ensure the safety of others? Or is the pursuit more important?
He's not looking right at you at the moment, and in fact, honestly, his face is a couple of minor twitches here and there. As if his face wants to scrunch up in frustration or rage.
But it can't.
If we must go so far as to think only the worst case scenario, then perhaps such a thing should be destroyed, yes. Although I imagine any knowledge up until that point would be far more useful to have than not. After all, as I continue to do my research, as I have been this whole time, I continue to find new ways to mix my extracts and potions, to infuse them with magics that will cure ailments, new ailments, more powerful ones, potions that more accurately reflect the higher levels of magic that the priests access through their Ask of the Gods. And I continue to find non-magical ways as well. So even in the pursuit, and even should... even if the pursuit should be fruitless, it would not truly be fruitless. Although he seems to say that last bit as if it's he would rather not believe that it would be that fruitless.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll look, and then, looking down at the table, he will then look up at you across his brow. Sort of giving that more, ends up making his stare a little more intense.
She meets it.
However, as well, should you choose not to, it is not as if I will not continue the research on my own stead. Merely without the additional backing and perhaps the speed and process of the research process. I also understand that I ask a lot. If it is something that you need to think about alongside everything else that is happening all at once, it is something that could be wait for another time. But I felt enough trust and desire to make sure it is known why I am out here. And of course, this does not mean that my oath as a doctor is any less important. I have not yet let the research get in the way of the work I must do to keep the crew and patients I have healthy and hearty. That was the first and most important oath I took when I joined the surgeons of the Cullen Association.
And you joined our crew.
and when I joined your crew. And if one cannot keep their oaths, then what really do they have?
Then let me ask you this. Go ahead.
And you have proven as such time and again, which I don't believe we would have come as far as we have without your expertise as Aesop. Ever since I started taking up the role as captain of this ship, a thought from my childhood always began to burn even brighter in my head. That somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be discovered. I've come to the thought that call it a strange platitude to have for such a serious discussion, but I'm of the belief that man's dreams are never ending. But like discussed, sometimes dreams do have a price, and thus I would be lying if I said I didn't have interest in what something like this thing could do. But as you say, so many things happening all at once out here at sea. Tasks at hand, a new satellite radiating its aura above us.
Is that too?
What more darkness enveloping the world in its Stygian embrace?
Ooh, Stygian. Ooh, getting chills.
You were saying something else, Hana, as I wildly speculate on my seat.
No. It's, as you've said many times, Captain, we do a great job of balancing each other out. Optimism, pessimism, idealism, realism.
It does make you a great pair, yes.
Now don't go kissing up, it's not going to help you, or your case. She smiles when she says it. But
for a second he sits, and then he just can't help but let a small smile and go, "You can't blame a man for trying."
Especially when he's making this hard of a sell. For my part, I would prefer that you focus on the quantifiable, on the incremental changes, the incremental improvements, the things that will help keep our crew, our peoples, our friends, our families alive and well. If in the course of that research, if in the course of those studies, you should find something that leads to your personal endeavors, I believe it would be my preference that those things be kept separate for exactly the reason that you describe, so that there is no conflict of interest. So that this never becomes such an overriding passion that it takes you away from your duties to the crew. You spoke of oaths before. I understand the necessity of those. I also understand how easy it is for them to become secondary 2. And here she gives you a significant look, and you hear the backstory beating in the back of her head. How easy it is for those things to take precedence when the chips are down, when we are faced with the choice. I don't know what oaths you swore elsewhere. I don't know who or on whose honor you swore them.
A flick of the eyes away for a moment before then refocusing on you.
Uh-huh. But for my part, I think any funds that we can spare that is outside of your established and earned portion of our proceeds will need to be focused on the practical. But Saphyrus,
let me first inquire with this. In all the process, is there a stair of is the stair of the first step visible, or are you still in the research phase of your findings?
I would say I could see the stairs, yes.
Okay.
So of course, that staircase is research. It is application. It is theory. It is praxis.
And material funding, from my understanding of this conversation.
Some things are difficult to come by without funds. One does not find an exotic herb from a faraway land without paying the merchant his fair share for having gathered said item and bringing it here.
Mm-hmm.
However, if it were to ease you, it is not as though I would sit there and deign to try to use every single scrap that I could convince you of.
No.
It is,
Hana,
and it is as Hana says, first and foremost, it goes towards the betterment of the crew and everything else you are building here first. I do not intend for it to get it. I do not intend for this research to interfere with your ambitions. It is to complement them and to make them better, but not to overpower.
No, that is not lost on me, and I appreciate your being forthright. I am willing to bookmark how I want to have him phrase this. I'm willing to bookmark further discussion of this for after the regatta and after we have ourselves settled back home on the rock. Once we made more of a foothold and created more
certainty of your position?
Aye, that as well. Having that council seat would certainly do wonders towards influence.
Towards perhaps having others who would be willing to aid in such a thing, but there's a reason why I have not been so forthright with it. It's not as though the whole world needs to know, as
Aye.
Hana so aptly named of those of darker intent who would wish to see such a thing.
Aye. Which is why I also support the route for pragmatism for the moment. See how events with the regatta pan out. See ourselves settled, more of a foothold on Tidewater Rock. See what may happen in the short term. See some of the current schema resolved for the time being. And then I will have time to ponder these things much more
thoroughly.
Yes, have much more of a headspace for putting these puzzle pieces together.
Oh, I know the two of you. And it is the approach that, well, maybe I did not think, but most certainly one I would to expect. The ball is in your court, as it was. That's not a phrase he would say, because that's a very modern thing.
Yeah.
The thought is in your head. The power is in your hands, as it always was. I appreciate you even considering my research proposal in the first place. And I thank you for that. I do not know if there is much else that I could try to add to change any mind at this point. I would have, he says, looking at Hana, would very swiftly be met with a perfectly portioned question. Unless there is more you wish to say or ask of me, which of course, as always was the case, you may ask. Whenever. That is what I am here to do. To serve you and the crew.
I think you've made your case.
Fair enough. And this is when he will lean down to grab his mask, and unless otherwise stopped, will put it back on. Okay. Well, I do suppose that food will very likely be finished soon. Perhaps I could bring it up for you. You come down to see the crew, whichever one it is that you're looking to do. I, for one, am starving.
I'm sure the warm aromas will carry us out of here soon enough. Been cramped up in this office longer than we've cared to with all this plotting.
And give yourself the moment to rest and revel with the great things that your crew does to just have a good time.
Thank you for sharing, Aesop.
Of course, Captain. Captain Saphyrus, Captain Hana.
She nods, but you'll see that until you leave the room, her eyes do not leave your face.
With mask firmly back in place? Well, I suppose I will see you both down for dinner then. And he will show himself out.
Okay.
All right.
Hana will lock the door behind him and turn to Saphyrus. I object in the strongest possible terms.
He nods. I'm listening.
She licks her lips. I was forthright about most of my concerns. What I was not expecting was the strength of his reaction. You saw it in his face. This goes beyond a desire to help people, a desire to help our crew. This is an obsession for a story, a children's fable.
Frankly speaking, I was hoping for a name. If you catch my meaning.
Yes, I do. But the fact that he's unwilling to share that. What? What does he think? After all this time, I just can't imagine that he still doesn't trust us.
I like to think that here I think removing the mask, I find that meaningful, but it's just I wasn't expecting another one underneath, and such things fascinate me to no end. I was not lying when I said that the dreams of men are endless, as fruity as a platitude and flamboyant as one as I think it be. I want something so fascinating to be real. I do, but if I'm trying to think of how I want to say this next part because
no, you're good. You're good.
To make
it
sound,
no, you're doing great.
To flavor it into D&D dialogue properly.
No, you're good. You're good.
Fucking just be like, it is as the stories say. Sometimes such things may take sacrifice, certainly. But the first step of such sacrifice, when things like this are needed, is bare naked trust. I don't know what he suffered, but seeing his face, I don't know what he suffered, and it pains me to imagine it. But somehow I can empathize with an obsession. Just to lesser topics, to different branches, to different limbs of the tree, certainly, but I lie awake at night sometimes, just wondering if the storm that we went through just yesterday, if something was tenfold worse, if there and then could just be the end. Would I have done all that I could? Would I have chosen to make the sacrifices I needed to do if it meant saving certain crew members while others were cursed to Besmara's deep? I obsess over these things, Hana. And to his plight, it's just a different facet of control. And it's a path of pain, all rooted in the same tree.
And what about men like Harrigan, whose pain becomes pain they inflict on others? Simply pain is not an excuse by itself for sacrifice. Yes, we have responsibilities. We see them through on a daily basis. And if someone was swept overboard in a storm that you could not have seen coming, would that be the same as going back to the dragon and allowing him to take 5, 10, half our complement to ensure safe passage? I look in his eyes, and that is the sacrifice I see him willing to make. Crush generations underfoot so that he can say he was right.
He lets out a heavy sigh as he puts both his hands on the table and just stares at the map, eyes bouncing from one marked point to the next, as though even thinking to focus on these things will just somehow, some way, just resolve this topic for him. And ultimately, he just instead takes another breath and lets out a much more short, pointed sigh, and then just says, he was right. Aesop was right about one thing, and it's that I think this is far too much to postulate on an empty stomach. No?
I agree. Just
I have
this was the last thing we needed. She covers her face with her hands.
Don't worry, my sight is not clouded.
I know. You have an unwavering strength of conviction. It's one of your best qualities.
And where do you think I get, and how do you think I keep it upholstered?
With endless doubts from your first mate that you can fight against and then be reassured that you're doing the right thing.
See, now you're getting it! It is as I said to him, though. We have to win this regatta first. And in the meanwhile, steel ourselves should the rumors of the Viren Navy be true.
Yes. I think, if anything, that's the confrontation we're not going to be able to avoid. That's our dragon.
Which is why I need that seat at any cost. Come what may, and come what we discover thereafter, I will unite our pirate forces and preserve this world of ours.
Careful now, Saphyrus. You're starting to sound like Aesop there for a second. There's no price he won't pay.
No, you're starting to sound more like something even more concerning than Aesop, Goody.
I want to bring us back to the time where you guys were saying Frieda was the morally questionable one of the group. Look at all of you people.
We will bring freedom, justice.
I'm right at home.
And security.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You will bring priests.
Never once said that about Frieda.
No. All you other people, though.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, you people?
People.
He can. Hana can probably tell after he said that last part, with his hands pressed to the table, just looking at the maps of the Red Isles covered with all of their notations and pins and stuff. Oh, his mask has slipped.
Uh-huh.
Saphyrus.
That's the part she loves most of all.
She can tell that he means it when he says that the type of that the world of freedom that the Red Isles is capable of, he will keep it.
You will have
Ebony,
more freedom, whether you like it or not.
Do you like parties, Saphyrus?
Hot do you know this, Scott?
Maybe the Red Isles were the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
That's the quote of this whole campaign. Maybe the Red Isles were the friends we made along the way.
But not gonna lie.
Much higher.
Not gonna lie, this mask, I like it.
You mean this face?
Oh right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She reaches up and up and up from her 4'10", and just sort of takes his arm, tries to bring him back to reality a bit. Not tonight, and not on an empty stomach. Maybe it won't come to that. Maybe it'll be as simple as showing we're a united front and they'll just go back where they came from. Maybe they'll leave you be. Maybe you'll be allowed to be the man you've always wanted to be.
Do you smell that? Is that dinner from below with a side of Hana's optimism? Oh my goodness! I'm eating whole and hearty tonight.
Drink it up, boy. You aren't getting another dose for a long, long time.
His hat falls off as he fucking pounds the table laughing.
I love D&D.
I love it.
Isn't it great?
I love our D&D specifically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, I'm spoiled.
We are all spoiled.
So.
And if you want to talk about masks, Saphyrus...
Everyone's wearing masks on this crew.
At least I wear mine.
Yeah, at least he wears his.
I am not.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not a voluntary one, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. Your mask is the fact that you don't know you're wearing a mask. You don't know what's going on in that head of yours, Ebby.
You're on the other side of the mask.
Just gotta open my mouth one time, and you're gonna hear the fucking screams of hell coming out of it.
Hell yeah.
Well, it's like
he dashes. He's going to dash past the desk, pick the hat back up with a kind of as he kind of twirls around it as you say that. He's like, "Well, then, best not let it spoil." And then just like breaks and just kind of
breaks for the door.
Goes through the door with his back.
Yeah, exactly that. It's like,
the smooth.
He's like, drink it up, boy. You're not getting up for a long time. It's like, well, best not let it spoil. Boom.
And we and the camera are left with Hana, now in the same position as Saphyrus was a minute ago. smiling after him, slowly letting it fall as she too takes in the map.
And then fade to black. Yes! Yeah!
For me, it will be the Sedway since it is close to my cutoff, but I
Honestly,
will be earlier next time.
That's okay. That's all good. Honestly, perfect place to end it, because next time we go to Beachcomber and we see what the fuck is up with the Temple of the Hidden Name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we slide on over and we will see all of you next time on Pirates of the Red Isles. I hope all of you enjoyed. I hope all of you had fun. A lot of roleplay this session, a lot of interpersonal relationship stuff this session, but I hope it was all the more satisfying as we get into even more story stuff next time around.
And thank you all for indulging me.
Mm-hmm. This was a fun Aesop session. a lot of good roleplay stuff. Oh,
Looking forward for next time.
Yeah. But if any of you have any questions or anything like that before we end off stream, would feel free to ask them. What are we curious about?
About our level up. Tell us about that.
There's not gonna be one because you guys are experience based. Not yet. I'll get y'all the. I'll get all the XP totals.
Look at it.
It's not gonna be.
It's almost less than 1,000. We're almost right fucking
You're
there.
almost there. You're almost there. I will give all of you. I will give all of you 50 experience points for today. 50 experience points for the incredible interpersonal roleplay stuff, and we will have more stuff to happen next time on Pirates of the Red Isles. So
just gonna note that when Saphyrus and Hana go out, they're gonna see like just the deck of the ship being cleaner than it has ever been before.
Brilliant.
Wonderful.
Wunderbar.
49,926.
Woo!
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
Thank you for the game, Wooden.
You're welcome. Thank you,
Nice
everyone,
playing.
for tuning in. Y'all have a good one, and we will see all of you in the next stream. Bye-bye for now!
Bye-bye.